Welcome back, Spawn and Spawnettes. My name is Azel the Demon, and this is Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. I am currently playing on my Dark Knight, one of the new 3.0 classes released on the 19th, if you got early access, or will be coming out tomorrow, June 23rd, for the rest of everybody who did not get early access. I wanted to share with you guys some of what I have learned and figured out since my last video, which was the Heavensward prep video. This is basically what I have learned about leveling a 3.0 class if you've already got a level 50. If you don't already have a level 50 character, you cannot start leveling a Dark Knight, an Astrologian, or a Machinist, because you will have to finish all of the storyline up through patch 2.55, and all of those quests are level 50 quests. So once you've gotten your level 50 character, and before that even, let me say, hold on to whichever class's gear you're going to be leveling. So if you're leveling a Dark Knight, such as myself, you will want to be holding on to your tank gear from before level 50. So if you have level 30 tank gear, you absolutely want to hold on to that and everything up through level 50. Because right now I have about 708,000 gil. I should have about 850,000, but I have burned a lot of it buying gear for this class so that I can still competitively, not competitively, but do the dungeons well, basically. I was trying to think of a fancier word for it, but so you can do your duties, the duty roulette, and your dungeons well. You want to hold on to appropriately leveled gear, and that includes everything from 30 to 50. As I've now repeated a couple of times, but I want to make it absolutely clear that you really want to be holding on to that. Because I didn't, and I am now suffering the consequences. Leveling another class seems pretty straightforward, but you would be surprised. There's a lot of stuff that I'm kind of realizing that I don't remember how to do as a lower level tank, very specifically. I don't know if you guys remember from that first video, but I really do prefer tanking. I love tanking, it's what I'm decent at and good at, and there are some things that I have forgotten. But what I can tell you is it's okay, because for the first couple of levels, they have actually designed the classes, the three new patch 3.0 classes, the Astrologian, the Dark Knight, and the Machinist. They have them designed pretty well for leveling up through 50. A lot of the dungeons and a lot of the guild tests that I have done, I have been able to do very well and very successfully. They've made sure that you have all of the tools you need to get those things taken care of. Like down through, you get Unleash at level 8. You get Scourge at level 6. You get Unmend at level 15. So all of those abilities, up through those levels, you have those skills. You have all of the skills you really need to tank these low-level dungeons very, very well. And actually, yeah, all of the dungeons, you have all of the abilities you need to tank. You've got them all. It's really nice. It's just when you start doing your guild tests, your low-level guild tests, that you start running out of abilities. And that's okay, because guild tests are relatively easy at the lower levels, so it's okay. Doesn't matter as much that you don't have, for instance, Unmend. You don't need to be able to grab those enemies from as far away, so it's okay. Let's see. In my Heavensward prep video, I had stated that it's important to hold on to your Grand Company marks, your seals and things like that. Not to contradict myself, well actually, yeah, Grand Company seals are still important. What am I thinking of? Tombstones. Tombstones of soldiery. I am actually going to contradict myself and say, don't worry as much about your tombstones of soldiery. From what I have heard from my free company and just generally from people around, you can get poetics like candy, like nobody's business. They are just everywhere. So don't actually worry too much. Ignore what I had said previously. Oh, I missed it. Okay. As a Dark Knight, you really want to be making sure you're using your low blow. Dark Knight specifically, parry is actually a very useful stat for them. From what I have seen I am level 42 now, I of course start at level 30 for the new classes. In the 12 levels that I have played, parrying is ridiculously important for a Dark Knight, from what I have seen. This is, of course, only the first 12 levels. It goes all the way up to level 60, that could change. But abilities such as Low Blow and Reprisal, they are great abilities for your rotations. They both work very much off of parry, a stat that a lot of tanks have been ignoring. So I don't know if they have also increased the usage of parry for the other classes, but for Dark Knight specifically, I have been getting a lot of use out of my parries. They're very useful now. Not just for mitigating damage, but for, well, I guess kind of for mitigating damage. For mitigating? Yes. That is how that is all phrased. Okay. Low Blow stuns the enemy, which is fantastic. I've been trying to see how well it works on bosses. I haven't seen a lot of success on it. So that's something that I'm going to have to check out and get back to you guys on. I don't think they've added in more bosses that can be stunned, but it's a free attack because okay, it's not necessarily a free attack. When you use it, and then when you parry, it has a 30% chance that the next parry will reset it. So that could just be extra damage. It's only a potency of 100, so that's that, but it's an extra 100 potency that you wouldn't be getting. Reprisal lowers the enemy's attack lowers their damage by 10%. That is more free damage mitigation from parries. It's on a different sort of thought process. Let's see if I can phrase that better. It's extra mitigation, not from the parry itself, but because you parried, now you're getting extra mitigation from this ability that can only be used when you parry. Lots of words for kind of a sort of simpler effect. When you parry, you get damage mitigation not just from the parry, but from the ability that's caused by the parry. I think that's the simplest way I can say that. But let's see, what else can I say? I'm still noticing that the way that I have learned it's good to tank, I am still building strength accessories. I have one vitality one because I couldn't find the strength-based bracelet on the market board, which is where I bought it. Again, if you can, hold on to your tank gear for level 30s. And I guess in this case, hold on to your DPS accessories. And then, yeah, strength, skill, speed, all that good stuff. I got a determination one here, but I got this from my grand company. So, when you can, I would definitely suggest still using strength accessories, still using DPS accessories. I have had a lot of success tanking a lot of the dungeons this way, and as long as you are properly using your cooldowns, your various ways to mitigate damage, as long as you are still properly using them, you're not going to notice the loss of vitality or defensive stats from those accessories. You're going to better succeed with the DPS accessories from my own experience. Cursor. So let's see, what else can I immediately think of for tips for you guys? Don't forget you've got a stun ability, and it's a very useful stun ability. As a tank, you've absolutely got to be using your stuns appropriately and often. As often as you can, use those stuns. It's free damage mitigation. Let's see. Unfortunately, I have not had the time to really check out Machinist and Astrologian and give you guys tips on those. I heard great things. My healer really enjoys his Astrologian. He's been having a great time playing it, and I've seen nothing but success from him. So from what I can tell, Astrologian holds its own as a healer. I absolutely think that Dark Knight holds its own as a tank. I would almost be willing to say that Dark Knight again, all of everything I'm saying in these videos is my own personal opinion, my own personal experience. Yours may change. So don't take what I say as the end-all be-all. You are, of course, open to do your own thing in gaming and your own thing in tanking. These are just my thoughts and my experiences with the game. Let's go kill this guy real quick. Always do wanted targets in your leaves. That sounds pretty obvious, but I feel like, just in case, it bears saying. Let's see. From what I have personally noticed, Dark Knight has the aggro generation of warriors without the TP management problems, I think is a decent way to say that. All of the aggro skills for Dark Knights mostly sit on MP, and that's kind of nice, because it means that at the beginning of the fight you can burn some MP and get your aggro started and everything, and then throughout the majority of the fight you're using TP instead. And that balance is very nice. I've been really enjoying that as a tank, not having to rely as cripplingly much as I do on getting a ninja for gold. That's been really nice. What else can I tell you guys? I'm absolutely enjoying Dark Knight. I can definitely tell you that. I am loving Dark Knight, just as a tank. Let's see. If you're not careful with Dark Knight, your MP can get a little out of control from Dark Side, just constantly draining it. And then if you're doing a lot of fights in a row, you're going to be spending a lot of your MP. But if you manage your blood price necessary and you've got Siphon Strike, which is great, you should be okay, but definitely pay attention to it. Dark Knight is not a tanking class that you can just kind of mentally put on autopilot and succeed on. From what I've noticed, if you take your time and you're just solo playing, you can absolutely just do it sort of mindlessly, but dungeons and guild tests and things like that, you do have to very much be paying attention to make sure you're not burning your MP too quickly. Let's see what else. Went over that it holds its own pretty well. Yeah, between Siphon Strike and Soul Eater, I never need to take a break when I'm soloing. So that's pretty awesome. I guess cross-class abilities, maybe? Something you might want to check out. I am currently using Bloodbath, Convalescence, and Provoke. I just think that those are your go-to cross-class abilities as a tank. Bloodbath gives you some HP regeneration. Convalescence is very much a standard tank cooldown, and Provoke, you absolutely always need Provoke. If you're not getting Provoke, then you're not going to be able to do the higher-end content. Crap, okay. So, just for fun, I want to point out that right now, as a level 42, this Basilisk is level 49. And, with the leave target as well. Wow, my brain stopped there. Glad I was able to pull it back together. With the leave target here, I may be in trouble. But from my experience, I have been able to... Yeah, I know I'm gonna die. Crap. But it's okay. I did actually finally change my... Ooh, no. I can kill him? He's dead? Duty complete. Duty is complete. Yes. Teleport. I may have done it. Oh, I did it. Okay. That is something I've really enjoyed using, is using that free teleport to get out of sticky situations like that. That's just a general tip. If you can, finish your leave first, and then you can use that teleport as a cheap escape from a situation you might be dying in. That is something you can do. Fun little tip from Azel there. There you go. And actually, with that, I think I have said everything that's necessary for the moment. Make sure you've got level 30 gear for your freshly created or freshly started new patch 3.0 class. And then wow, I've completely forgotten the rest of the tips that I gave you guys. I really should have written those down. That's something I've got to start doing when I'm recording, is writing down everything so that I can give you guys a quick summary at the end. Don't forget how to do those dungeons. I guess kind of a general tip as well, because you are going to be, again, starting over at level 30. You're going to be doing all of the dungeons you did, or you could be doing fates. A lot of people find a lot of success doing fates for leveling. So yeah, have gear. Remember how to level from 30 to 50, because from 50 to 60 is all brand new stuff anyway. And that, I think, is going to be where I'm going to be starting the rest of my Heavensward content, is at level 50, because everything that's between 50 and now, the only content that's new, is, for me at least, is the Dark Knight storyline, and I don't want to spoil that for you guys. I want you guys to be able to experience that on your own. But I can tell you, it's fantastic. It makes me feel pretty epic and awesome. But the class trainer, that character scares me just a little bit. I'm a little worried about what's going on with the class trainer. So just take that from me. I'm only level 40. I've only done 3 of the quests so far. Could go anywhere at this point. So I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. I always appreciate it. And share if you can. It really helps me out. Don't forget to check out the rest of the Azel the Demon brand. I've got all of the links in the description below. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.